He's a former Carencro High and LSU great. In his second year at LSU as football director of player development, he remains the leading rusher in LSU football history. Three-time Super Bowl champion, outstanding career with the New England Patriots. He holds a total of 12 school records at LSU. From 95 through 98, he amassed 4,556 yards and 46 touchdowns. Now working with student athletes on academic direction, social development, and overall quality of life, representing his school. Now ranked second in the country, and the Tigers will host those other Tigers. I guess we'll call them Plainsmen this week, or War Eagles, or whatever, because they're not Tigers, right? As Auburn comes to town, 2:30 Saturday afternoon, please give a warm welcome to an LSU legend, Kevin Faulk. Kevin?
Thank you, appreciate it. First off, I'd like to thank the Touchdown Club. Just love being a part of tradition. Starting to lose a little sight of that, with the coming. Congratulations. Don't have a joke for you, but congratulations. We'll start off by just talking about my journey coming back to LSU after I retired from the NFL. I've done a season of radio and TV in New England. Enjoyed it, didn't like it. I wanted to be a little more closer to the game of football. The reason why I went to school was to be a coach. Got the opportunity. When that season was over, I got a call about coaching at Carencro. And my alma mater, it would be more than just coaching, because it's home, it's where the heart is. Started teaching in school, and everything I'm saying is going to lead up to what player development. Started coaching, teaching in school, and ran into a situation where a kid ran out of my classroom and couldn't find him and everything. And when he came back, it was like, dude, where were you? And didn't know the generations had been changed as far as yes sir, no sir, thank you sir. Didn't know it had changed. Kid came back, what you mean? I went to my car, I'm like, dude, I'm responsible for you. I have to know where you are at all times. He's like, man, you're not my dad. You don't need to know where I am. I was like, yeah, you're right, I'm not your dad. Because if I was your dad, you'd be talking a little better than that. But to say those situations really helped me throughout my 6 years at Carencro High as far as to dealing with the guys I'm dealing with now. Like you said earlier, we do a lot of player development as far as going to check classes, going to study hall, making sure a guy gets to some appointments that he may need to get to. If he don't go to class, we're going to get him out of his dormitory room, get him out of class. That's the stuff that we like doing. I always thought I knew I wanted to be a coach, but this job here is a little more. Because I was just telling Coach, nowadays you don't get a chance to know a kid. You don't get the opportunity to go sit down in his home and know his parents, understand who they are and what they are, or where they may come from. You don't get that opportunity a lot now. Me and my partner, who's Jeff Martin, who came here, I think about a month ago, who talked about this. We get the opportunity to know the kids, to get the chance to understand who they are, know where they come from. When they go to coaches now, it's all about football. They don't have that opportunity to talk to them about life outside of football. And their time frame that they have is, especially the freshmen out there, they don't have the time, they don't have a clue about time management. A lot of questions I get about, for me, is how's the NFL? How many cars you have, coach? How much money you still have in the bank, coach? After those questions are being asked, I'm like, do you understand it took more than just that to play the game of football? Do you understand that you're playing the game of football for more than just the money? The passion for it, the opportunity to compete at a high level. This year we have those guys. We have a lot of veteran guys on our team that have the passion to want to play the game, to play the game the right way. Got some good leaders on the football team. Quarterback, wow. His preparation speaks for itself. He knows what's going on before the game is even played. When we're speaking to scouts, they ask this question already knowing the answer to it. They want to know what's his secret and if I've ever been around a quarterback with those similar traits. Exactly. To answer that question, he does have those similar traits, and that's why he's like so successful right now. That's why he's ahead of the curve, the game right now. He's probably 10 steps ahead of the game right now. Mississippi State game. Mississippi State fought hard. They really came into the game with a game plan of stopping us in the red zone, with double teaming Chase and double teaming Justin Jefferson and making those other guys really make plays to win the game for us. It took about a quarter and a half before, you know, Coach Brady and Steve them figured it out, and then we got back rolling. Defense played another solid game. Got some guys back on defense that are starting to get their groove, but it's going to take a little time for them because they've been out for a while. They got to get back into their groove of playing, but we're just happy to have those guys back. Going forward to Auburn, it's probably going to be one of our toughest tests to this date. Their defensive line is probably going to be the toughest defensive line that we're going to face to date, if not the toughest defensive line this year. One of the coaches earlier was like, well, their secondary is not that good. Well, a good defensive line could definitely make a good secondary. Just ask us last year against Alabama. We thought we had a great game plan going in the Alabama game last year, but we didn't think about blocking Quentin Williams. So it's just one of those things that each game that we play throughout the course of the season is going to get that much more important as we continue to win games. So we just got to continue to grind and continue to understand what's ahead of us. Right now, I'll take any questions.
Raise your hand. Questions. Over here.
Hey, Kevin, I know when you were at LSU, you were not only a runner, a receiver, a returner, you did everything. Can you talk about how maybe you guys are looking for different kind of backs now based on what you guys have done offensively, and how important is evaluating receiver skills and evaluating guys who maybe haven't caught the ball a lot in high school, but you think they can be good receivers on the college level?
Oh, that's one of the things that Joe Brady, he thrives for. He wants a receiving back. He wants a receiver back that catches the ball out of the backfield, not only just run the ball well. There's a few guys in this 20 class that really can catch the ball well out of the backfield, but show that explosion, running routes as well, like running good routes in the slot position. So that's definitely a main part in the offense right now.
If you could, give us a Tom Brady story. Just anyone.
Okay, I'll give you a good one. We coming back from practice one day, and we come back in the locker room, and the backup quarterback's 3 tires from his car is in the front of his locker instead of his chair. So we're like, what's going on? So we go outside, we go in the parking lot, and you see Matt Castle's car on stilts. And it's like, man, what happened? Still don't know where the 4 tires. He's like, what happened? Man, well, you know, when the starting quarterback pranks you, you know, you just got to take it. Well, you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna get him back. She's like, nah, man, Tom, how you want me to get him back? Well, offensive linemen, you know, those guys, they are the big jokesters on the team. She's like, man, we got you back. So the next day, come back from practice, and we're leaving to go in the parking lot, and Tom's car is filled with packing peanuts from the bottom to the top. Offensive lineman got it. He opened the door, the packing peanuts just falling out. So they got one from that castle.
Hey, he mentioned that you are the all-time leading rusher in LSU history. Do you know where you rank nationally?
No, sir.
You're number 57 nationally. So I just saw that list this week, and I thought, oh, how ironic.
No, sir. I did not know that, but thank you.
You're welcome. 4,555 yards.
Yeah, it's been there for a while, you know. Like I told the guys, you know, it takes special people to break special records. So we're waiting for that special guy right now.
So tell us some Belichick stories.
Well, there's one I tell all the time. It's like when he first got hired, Coach Belichick wasn't the biggest type of talker type guy. You know, you walk in the hallway. We're from Louisiana, so I don't have to know you to say good morning, hello, how you doing? Good morning, how you doing? Well, for about, I exaggerated a little bit when I told this story. For about 7 or 8 months, Would never get nothing from him, like, good morning, coach. Nothing. And one morning, walking in, it's like, good morning, coach. Good morning, Kevin. Back up. Back up. Hey, coach. You okay? I said, nah, Kev, what's wrong? Coach, you told me good morning. It's been like 8 months. It's like, nah, man, I told you good morning before. I'm like, coach, nah, I'm not deaf. I understand. He's like, nah, buddy. It's not, come on, now you know. Did I really? Yeah, coach. Man, my bad, man. And from that point on, it's just been, hey, you know, good morning, how you doing? And better relationship, trust me.